IISD Reporting Services is here in Lima, Peru for the UN climate change talks, covering selected side events. On Monday, December the 8th, the Geothermal Development Facility was launched.
That is no less than 14 different donors and financiers that are joining here today to launch the Geothermal Development Facility as the first coordinated initiative to develop geothermal energy on a continental scale. So we as KfW, we brought in our extensive experience working with geothermal energy around the world in East Africa and Indonesia into structuring the facility. It will leverage quite a tremendous amount of $1 billion for investing in the facilities. This facility will be a game changer for geothermal energy in Latin America, and that it will generate the climate impacts that we have designed it for.
Gerd Müller, Germany's Federal Minister for Economic Cooperation and Development, welcomed the launch of the GDF.
Die Frage, wie stillen wir den Energiehunger, auf welcher Basis? Wir brauchen eine Transformation überall, angepasst an die regionalen Gegebenheiten. The European Union is convinced of the importance of renewables in the energy mix, and where the geological situation permits it, geothermal energy can play an important role as a clean and cost-efficiency energy source.
The Latin America and Caribbean region is endowed with rich geothermal resources, much of which remains untouched. Once geothermal is developed, it's clean, it has very low operating cost, it's reliable, it's a domestic resource that helps to diversify the generation mix away from the high and volatile oil prices that are affecting a large part of the region.
Christoph Siegritz elaborated on key components of the facility.
First of all, it's an initiative with a continental scale. We are working all the way from Chile to Mexico. We are creating basically three main facilities: the risk mitigation fund, a TA forum, and also financing lines.
If you're a project developer, it can be private, public, PPP entity, you can apply to the risk mitigation fund. If you make the cut, if you can really show that you have what you think is a viable project and what we think is a viable project, you get access to a contingent grant, which is going to pay you 40% of the cost of your first 3 drills. That's where the high risk is, yeah?
It's quite difficult for the private capital to commit to the kinds of geothermal risks that you encounter. And the problem is it's almost like a mining proposition. You have to drill down to actually identify the resource, but you don't know how much is in there as you go, and you have to refine it. So private sector companies are sort of reluctant to do it. Electric utilities are not used to taking that kind of risk, and mining companies are not interested in trying this.
The purpose of this fund is to try to help firms and investors in the private sector and in the public sector get over those hurdles. So it's something which we're delighted to be involved with, and it's a terrific initiative, and I certainly congratulate the KfW and others for promoting this and taking it forward, and we're delighted to be involved with it.
GDF stakeholders highlighted the type of support they're providing.
So we belong to the Technical Assistance Forum. We also have to look upon, administrative procedures, clearance procedures, and also the laws and the legal framework behind. So that is also very much important for the private sector to have the appropriate legal framework to do investments.
We see capacity building as being a key aspect in geothermal development, because many of the high costs are related to low capacity. We are training young engineers from Latin America in both the theoretical aspects and the practical aspects related to geothermal exploration.
We're sharing knowledge, we're sharing resources, because in other parts of the world, some institutions here have experience on this kind of energy, geothermal energy. If you go 10 years ahead and look back, we are going to see this day, it's an important day.
Looking ahead, Sigritz reflected on the next steps for the GDF.
What excites me most is the teamwork, because we cannot really work in this difficult field without a very strong team. The next steps will be to create the fund, visitate the fund manager, and then we expect to have the first possibilities to apply for the funds in early 2016.